has called on government to rescind its decision to pass the Public Utilities Bill. To our first story, the Ghana Police Service has dismissed 28 personnel for showing unprofessionalism. This was as a result of complaints lodged by the public, of which they were found culpable. The total of 181 cases of unprofessional conduct that was recorded was from January to August 2020. The Director of Public Affairs of the Ghana Police Service, Superintendent Sheila Kesi Abaye Bachman, said some of the misconducts as insubordination, drunk while on duty, and engaging in part-time business outside the service without permission. Others were negligent, which resulted in a prisoner escaping from lawful custody, failure to make entry in official documents, misuse of firearm, and absence from duty without permission. Mrs. Abaye Bachman said the affected officers were from the ranks of constable to assistant commissioner of police. According to Mrs. Abaye Bachman, 151 of the cases reported were found to be partially true from the 28 personnel who were dismissed. Mrs. Abaye Bachman said in 2019, out of 291 complaints made against police officers, 191 were proven guilty. She said that disciplinary actions were taken to maintain high standards of professionalism in the service. She urged the public not to hesitate to bring to light the misconduct of any police personnel by reporting to the appropriate quarters, adding that they must not only condemn the police when they miss the mark, but also praise those who conducted their duties in a professional manner. To our second story, a senior lecturer at the Department of Economics at the University of Ghana, Dr. Ebo Texan, says the promise by the opposition National Democratic Congress to construct a domestic airport in the Upper East region is needless. According to him, the region has pertinent needs which do not include an airport. His comment came after the promise made by former President John Dramani Mahama while unveiling the manifesto of the NDC to construct a domestic airport in the Upper East region. The former president also stated that the Kumasi airport will be upgraded to receive bigger aircraft, adding that various markets across the country will see a facelift using the KJTR model. Reacting to the promise, The Economist said the NDC must prioritize job creation, which is of value to the residents of the region. He also challenged the NDC to prove to Ghanaians how they will revive and handle the economy if they are given the opportunity. To our third story, Labour consultant Austin Game has lauded the National Democratic Congress (NDC) for coming out with a people-driven manifesto as promised. According to him, the 2020 manifesto is the best since Ghana gained independence in 1957. He explained that all the promises made were friendly, inclusive, and easy to implement. His comment came after the NDC promised to extend maternity leave from 3 months to 4 months should they be voted back into power in the December 7 polls. According to Professor J. Nana Okpokwajiman, mothers need to be given more time after childbirth to put themselves together before resuming work. And to our fourth story, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo on Tuesday, September 8, 2020, cut the sword for the upgrading of the Atebubu Kwame Danso Kwejo Krom Road in the Bono East region. The sword-cutting ceremony took place in Atebubu on day 1 of the president's 2-day tour of the Bono East region. Speaking to the chiefs and people of Atebubu, Nana Akufo-Addo explained that the purpose of his visit was to ascertain issues at hand for himself and monitor ongoing projects. President Akufo-Addo revealed that the completion of the road of the Atebubu Kwame Danso Road, which is in the deplorable state is top of on the agenda of his government. He revealed that that is the reason why the stretch has been tagged as one of the critical roads that have been marked for completion. He told the people that the sun cutting ceremony and progress of work so far by the contractor are not cosmetic but indicative that the project is top on the agenda of the government, and he will ensure that it becomes a reality. The upgrading of the 100 kilometers at Tebubu Kwame Dansu Kwejo Krom will be constructed by Justmo Construction Limited, and it is expected to be completed within 30 months. To our fifth story, the National Identification Authority (NIA) has revealed that over 15 million people have been registered for the Ghana card. He was speaking regarding the just ended mop-up exercise in the Greater Accra region. Mr. Palmdati said eligible applicants who were not able to register for the Ghana card during the mass mop-up registration exercise can visit the district offices for registration once it is activated. The NIA began the registration off in 2019 while the mass mop-up registration exercise for the Greater Accra region started on Monday, August 24, 2020 and ended on Tuesday, September 8. He also indicated that the issuance of printed cards will continue at all registration centers till Friday, September 8, 2020. The Vice President of the Republic, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, has disclosed that a vote for John Mahama means a retrogression for Ghana. According to him, Ghanaians must not give the NDC flag bearer another opportunity looking at his track record. He disclosed this during a Durbar of chiefs and people of Bulinga in the Wa East district. He further stressed that the 2020 elections will avail Ghanaians the opportunity to compare the economic performance of the current government to that of former President John Dramani Mahama. Dr. Bawumia further stressed that John Mahama's bad government cannot be pardoned over. However, he pointed out that Mr. Mahama is contesting the 2020 elections to satisfy his personal gains and has nothing better to offer Ghanaians. And to other stories, a group calling itself Concerned Citizens of Ochiman has taken to the streets to demonstrate against former President John Dramani Mahama and National Democratic Congress for allegedly describing them as Achim Sakawa mafias. The group, made up of the chiefs and residents of Achim, Ibuakwa, Kotoku, and Bosome, all in the eastern region, are demanding an apology from the NDC flag bearer. Clad in red and black, the residents, numbering over 10,000, were led by Osaberema Okojiman Apeja Ofori, who is the chief of Achim Apapam and leader of Amantia Miensa. The demonstration follows claims by President Akufo-Addo that his predecessor, Mr. Mahama, had endorsed a post by MP for Bolgatanga Central, Isaac Adongo, describing people in his government as Achim Sakawa mafias who are looting the states. The President Akufo-Addo, together with his Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, subsequently called on the former president to apologize for the comments. But responding to MPP's flag bearer, Mr. Mahama said attempts by President Akufo-Addo to campaign on ethic lines by accusing him of insulting people from the Achim tribe will not stand. He defended the post by arguing that President Akufo-Addo had been engaging in name-calling since he was in opposition and must therefore not be offended to be at the receiving end when in power. And to international news, Amnesty International has urged the Mozambican government to launch an independent investigation into allegations of torture linked to operations of its security forces in the gas-rich northern province of Cabo Delgado. The non-governmental organization said it had verified gruesome footage and photos from the region showing crimes against detainees. Amnesty says the perpetrators of the atrocities in the videos are seen wearing the uniforms of the Mozambique Armed Defense Forces and the Mozambique Rapid Intervention Police. The perpetrators referred to their captives as Al-Shabaab, it said, in reference to a common local name for the Islamist armed group operating in Cabo Delgado. In recent weeks, there has been an increase in violence in northern Mozambique, where militants have been attacking security forces and civilians. And to sports, former Ghana international Laie Kingston has urged young footballers in the country to take advantage of the newly constructed football pitches across the country to develop their talents. The former Black Stars player, who was present at the launch of the UPSA Astros turf on Friday, bemoaned the difficulties he and his other players had to go through assessing qualified football pitches to nurture their football skills as young players. Laie Kingston also hailed the government efforts in constructing sports infrastructures across the country. This draws the curtain down to the Radio Guide Evening News. A recap of the headlines. The Ghana Police Service has dismissed 28 personnel for showing unprofessionalism. Labour consultant Austin Game has lauded the National Democratic Congress for coming out with a people-driven manifesto as promised. President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo on Tuesday, September 8, 2020, cut the sword for the upgrading of the Atebubu Kwame Dansu Kwejo Krom Road in the Bono East region. The running mate of the National Democratic Congress, flag bearer Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, has called on government to rescind its decision to pass the Public Universities Bill. My name is Adelaide Ofel Bobisa. Please enjoy the rest of our programs.